Hello, this is Krysta.
Hi, Krysta. This is John with EarnBetter. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for kind of sharing today in the chat and taking the time today. I really appreciate it.
Sure, absolutely.
Well, I would love to just start with hearing a little bit about your job search and kind of how it went, what you were looking for, and what kind of kicked it off.
Well, the job search, this latest job search, I actually had put the search on hold for a couple of months. It was just getting discouraging. So kind of to go all the way back, I would say June or July of 2023, I started searching. I had 1 year in the job that I was in, and so most corporations you might have to spend like 1 year time in. So from there, I applied externally and internally, and one interview in like 10 months,
Oh,
of searching. Yes, yeah, and I didn't get that position, but I think I applied maybe 40 positions. I kind of lost track, and so it was just kind of discouraging. So I put it on hold for a little bit and tried to look at different skills, upskilling, little stuff, what's going on, kind of a thing. And my ex had actually also gotten laid off in July of last year, so he shared the website with me. We were both, we talk about job searches that we're trying to do and stuff. So
yeah.
I only noticed it when I went in today, but I know I signed up in middle of May. I think it was about the middle of May, and just within 2.5 weeks, I had two job interviews lined up. Went through, with two companies that I really wanted to be, to be employed with, and went through 2 rounds of interviews with both of them and got both jobs.
Incredible.
And incredible, I know. I was just amazed and just like on top of the, over the moon, and so I accepted one of the positions and I start on July 23rd.
Congratulations. I know job searches can be really hard, and to get to the end and have multiple options, kind of hit both at once, must have felt so good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was pretty incredible to be able to be, at the, as they say about opportunity and being prepared. And that's why I already had a resume that I'd spent a lot of money on that just wasn't, working for. I tell them all the time, I'm like, was it really my resume all this time? That wasn't being caught, wasn't being, looked at, something. So it was just incredible to use your website.
When you say you spent a lot of money on your resume, can you say more about
Oh,
that?
not with you all. Oh, yes, but with so I had been I was looking kind of like at a executive type level kind of before, going into I switched careers, and so I really didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, and part of it's probably my fault. My resume was just too much. It was just trying to be too much, and so I searched for someone to help because this is not my area of expertise.
Yeah.
And so I searched and found an actual company, that would help me write my resume, and it was just way too much. The whole process, and I didn't get but one interview out of the whole thing. So
How much
um,
did the company charge you?
they charged, I want to say it was 900, because they also helped me with my LinkedIn profile and all of that. And even after I was done with the process, I was disappointed that I didn't get more LinkedIn assistance.
Yep.
And because these two areas are just not where my expertise is. So
It doesn't need to be where your expertise is, right? So it
uh-huh.
shouldn't be. And that makes sense. What was the name of the company?
I think it's the letter I, Career Solutions. I believe that's who it was.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad you found EarnBetter. So when you found EarnBetter, what were your first impressions of EarnBetter, and then what did you ultimately use? How did EarnBetter ultimately support you in your job search?
So my first impressions was how easy to use and understand what I was doing wrong by seeing how it was going right. Like as far as just cleaning up a lot of the descriptions of what I do, my skill set, the formatting of the resume. I through the process of applying for 30, 40 positions, my resume, you have to tailor it, of course, to each one, but losing track of what's it's just not something that I was doing a very good job at. And looking at being able to bring in resumes and the job description to the site, just the ease of use on the website was amazing. And I actually think the process of filtering and the job recommendations that were coming to me were so much more on point than the job searches I was using on other sites. Like they were really, they just seemed to match much better.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. It's really wonderful feedback. And then for the jobs that you found, did you find and ultimately ended up getting offers from? Did you find both of those roles on EarnBetter?
I found, yes, yeah, actually both of them. And I think one of them I was able to apply through the site. One of them I was not, but I sent feedback. It was probably about a month ago. I gave that feedback that when I clicked on the USAA opening, and I'm not sure if I communicated with you, I think
I think you did.
Yes, I think so. And when I clicked on it to go into it, and I still cannot remember exactly what it had it pre-filled with some information that wasn't accurate that I couldn't change. And so I was concerned that it was going to actually kick me out.
Yes.
Yeah, and so I ended up applying on USAA's website directly for that role.
Awesome. Yeah, I actually do remember, now that you say this, I do remember you reaching out with this issue. It was me. Very cool. Awesome. Have you shared EarnBetter with anybody else? I know you and your heard about it from your ex, but have you mentioned it to anybody else?
I have, yes. Yeah, I shared it with a couple of cousins who, one cousin just got her master's, and she's also searching. And so I sent that to her maybe about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And I know that my ex he might have also shared that as well with other people who are searching.
Incredible. All right. And then as you think back, on your job search and your experience with EarnBetter, was there anything more that we could have done to support you, that we didn't, any features that you wish were there that you didn't have access to on EarnBetter?
Not, I hadn't really thought about that. I think it's a great. I'm coming back anytime I'm looking for another position. I will definitely be back because again, the searches were really really focused for me.
Yeah.
And which I liked. I can't think of anything. I know that I even mentioned it to my ex when he showed me the site. I was amazed, and I said, and I don't know if you've done, any focus groups around this or anything, but I would actually pay like a subscription fee or something, of some sort, because I was actually so concerned that to make sure you guys got compensated for it, because it's such a wonderful site, that I was like, man, I would actually even pay for a subscription of some type. I didn't really flesh it out in my head as far as, what it would, how much would I be willing to pay, but just to have better support, like you mentioned that word before, it was better than all the other searches and searching I had done.
Incredible. Well, I really
I will. One other thing, the job. I hopefully it's not saved, but I did the job interviewing, the mock interviewing, and that was phenomenal. The first time it was terrible, and it really made me think, oh my gosh, I've always been good at job interviews, but it really was a great feature. I think that was maybe one of the best features.
Did you use that in advance of one of these 2 interviews?
I did.
Got it.
Yep.
And then did you make it all the way through 3 questions?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I finished the mock interview for one of the positions at least. I know that.
Yeah. Awesome. I'm glad you found that feature. It's not our most used feature because you people apply to more jobs than they interview for, so it doesn't get
Hmm.
as much usage. But uh, it's a really awesome way to prepare for an interview. So I'm really it warms my heart to hear that you discovered it and it was helpful for you.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And just one other feedback too, the sending a thank you email after it's been so long that I hadn't even thought about it until I saw it on your site, and I'm like, oh, I should definitely. And so I did, and it was very helpful. So all of the features were good.
Wonderful. Well, I really I'm so excited for you. It looks like you landed a role. I see in your account that there are two awesome companies that you had put in that sort
Hmm.
of final column that you got the job. So it looks like
Yeah.
you landed a role at a really incredible company, and I'm just very excited for your next chapter. And thank you for using EarnBetter and sharing
Thank
your
you.
feedback with me.
Yeah.
This is why we do it, and so I really appreciate it.
No, absolutely. And as I said, if you're interested in me, writing any kind of testimonial, I would be more than happy because I was very happy with everything that I come across on the site.
Well, I will certainly follow up on that, and thank you for your time this morning. Enjoy the couple weeks.
Hmm.
Hopefully, it's a couple weeks break before you start the next. Um, but
Yeah, yeah, just a couple of weeks. But thank you very much for letting me give that feedback to you guys, and thank you for the putting together, this resource. It's very beneficial for me.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, have a wonderful weekend.
All right. Thanks. You too.
Bye
Okay.
now.
Bye.